Good afternoon, soccer fans. Steve Binning alongside Holden Dipple. Sorry for the slight delay for the start of today's game, but we have some live action for you. It is the Hope College Flying Dutch versus the visiting Alma Scots. Scots coming in with a record in the MIAA of 1-4, an overall record of 1-4-2, sitting in 5th place in the conference. And then the Dutch with an overall record of 7-1, only one loss. That was to Kalamazoo College earlier in conference play. 5-1 overall in the MIAA. Holden, good to be here. We're about 7 minutes in. Not much going on here early on. Much of the sustained possession coming from the Dutch in the offensive half. A few chances here, but not much action for senior goalkeeper from the Scots, Kelsey Potsma, so far.
Yeah, Steve, I agree. So far it's been pretty much just a lot of play in the middle of the field, but we're really looking forward to a good competition here.
Another foul there. If there's been any chances, they've come off a free kick so far for the Dutch. And the center backs from the Scots stepping in hard. There was Grace Buben receiving the ball with her back to the goal, and she was fouled from behind. Looks like Erin Brophy, senior winger for the Dutch, will have the responsibilities of this one. Raises her hand. Ball is in. Good-looking ball at the goal. Nice save there by Potsma. And the follow-up chances bounces around. Bigelow with an opportunity. And that one is snagged out of the air by Potsma, but there's the first real opportunity. So 2 quick saves there by the Scots. And the Dutch still looking like they are in control of this one early on.
Yeah, that was a pretty dangerous opportunity there for the Dutch there. And I'm going to look to see really if they can get one on a set piece today, because they're pretty dangerous on those usually.
Absolutely. Here's Scots working it out of their own end, but Allie Wittenbach gets stuck into 2 tackles, but then she is bettered by, I believe that was Taylor Roberts. My apologies, that was actually Brooke Steed. Nice tackles there by Steed, one of the center backs for the Scots. Taylor Roberts plays on the wing back with the throw-in. That one came off of the Scots, and now the Dutch will take their turn with the throw. Went towards Buben. Wayward pass eventually makes it out towards Lindsay Coy, who just heads it out of bounds. All of the play so far on the near side. There's a little bit of confusion as the ball is in the air, and it'll make its way back towards the middle of the field. Still no one with possession, but a nice job there. That was Melissa Gall. But once more, the Dutch just send it back to the back line of the Scots. Holden, sometimes it takes time for these teams to get into a rhythm early on, especially in the conference play. We talk about it, how there's a few teams in the conference that play each other well. Alma and Hope, of course, being one. You add Kalamazoo into that. You add Calvin College into that. And then usually there's another team any given year that kind of varies based on the year. But those 4 teams are usually the top 4 in the conference. And anything really can happen. Hope, of course, 22nd in the country. So favorites to win the conference. They took care of Calvin that was last week, and also won their midweek game.
Yep.
So for them, it's really, if they win the games they should, then they should roll right through the MIAA. Scots, on the other hand, a solid team. Of course, when you're coming into Van Andel Soccer Stadium, it's hard to win games here, but if they win the games they should as well. They should be putting themselves in a position where they're in that top 4, looking forward to conference play at the end of the year. But unfortunately and fortunately, we've got a lot of soccer to be played before that.
That is right, Steve. Yeah, that's the thing in this league, the MIAA. It's really hard. Really, there's no easy games per se. Alma could not easily, but Alma could definitely come in here and upset the Dutch. That's what's exciting about this league.
Great combination play while we're talking here between Riley Dalton and Erin Brophy. Brophy gets down the wing, sends one towards the box that makes it over the goalkeeper's head. Allie Wittenbach there on the back post. Ball is cleared out, however, by Roberts, and then the second ball cleared as well by another Scot. Comes out to Lindsay Coy, who can't settle it down, and she's pressured there by, I believe that was Foote who got in. And now a ball over top will be the first test for the Dutch back line, but they do fine with it as Eliza Baird clears it back to her counterpart on the other end, who is Brooke Steed. Steed's pass misses her intended target. A long ball from Riley Dalton looking for Brophy. Dalton actually throws her head up in disgust at herself as she wants that one back. A little bit too long, and Kelly Putzma comes out. She will collect and get us started again with a punt towards midfield. Liza Baird wins the header there. And now a defensive mistake here, and Grace Buben is in on goal. Her shot just over the bar, but Grace Buben with the chance there. A bit of a miscommunication. That was number 6, Lexi Moyer, as well as a center back for the Scott.
And that is something that we've seen so far this year, Steve, is Grace oftentimes works off those defensive errors and finds goals from it. So really, she's really dangerous when the defense makes mistakes on the other team, and there we almost saw one.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, Holden, on the broadcast that never aired. And Grace is just a player that works really, really hard. She actually didn't start. Wittenbach just sent one over the bar there. Grace works ridiculously hard like every single girl on this roster, but she wasn't getting starting action. And now with as she's moving to the starting lineup, she's one of the leading goal scorers for the Dutch this year, has had a couple multi-goal games. And like you said, it's really those scrappy plays, those second chance balls, those 50-50 balls that she'll just run through when everyone else is stopping that give her the opportunities. It doesn't always look pretty, but it's very effective.
You know what they say, Steve, a goal's a goal, no matter how it goes in.
A goal is a goal and a win's a win. That's right, Holden.
That is right.
Just ball on the wing.
Seen a couple of times here. Lindsay Coy's done a great job of stepping up on this winger here for Alma, and she's won the ball a couple of times. Even though it's resulted in a turnover sometimes, it's really important to have their defensive line really high pressure up on Alma, and that's been great so far for Hope.
Here's a throw-in that makes it over everyone. Bigelow now with her back to goal. She'll turn outside, goes with the left foot, knocks it off a defender there. That was Gall getting some high pressure there on Bigelow, but the Dutch will take the throw-in. Lindsay Coy comes up the sideline towards Buben, but headed away. Coy wins the second chance ball, and now Buben collects. Nice little roll out there with her back to her goal, and now she's running at another defender, but she is stuck there by number 7, Amanda Malevandowski. What a tackle there by Malevandowski. Bigelow trying to get hold things in the middle for the Dutch. Comes back to Kristen Marsman, junior from right here in Holland, and that one is knocked away and will belong to the Scots further into their offensive zone. First time that the Scots have had sustained possession down in this end. But very quickly comes out off a Scott, and the Dutch will have a chance to come up the sideline of their own with a throw-in. Bigelow puts that one out of bounds. Another long throw. It's 24. Brooke Steed throws the ball about 25 yards every single time, Holden.
Yeah.
And that's very effective for an outside back to have that that ability.
That could be dangerous in the offensive end if we ever see an opportunity down the field.
That's right. Here's Eliza Baird for the Dutch, finally on that far end. Now she cuts back through the middle. She looks for Buben, but a good step there again by Malevandowski. And now that slide tackle sends a ball over top, and Kristen Marsman has to get back there and clean things up. She does well. She and Morgan Bursma seem to have a little bit of a miscommunication there, and but got on the same page by the end of it. Marsman puts it out of play. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, Steve, as you and I know very well, communication is key as center backs.
That's absolutely right. Holden and I, of course, are the two starting center backs on the men's side here, so we spend probably too much time together, but we like each other enough that we want to work together as well. Throw in on the far side. We're about 15 minutes gone here. Still 0-0. Dutch with a Couple opportunities, but really nothing doing. Also, want to add, if you hadn't figured out, it is ridiculously hot here today in Holland. About 85 degrees, probably feels close to 100 on the turf. So we will get some water breaks about halfway through, at least the first stoppage of play, halfway through the half. Whatever comes first, the girls will get a chance to get some water just to make sure that the players are staying hydrated. Always good to see. And, hey, Holden, I am very thankful that we do not play until 7 o'clock tonight. I don't know how these girls are doing it.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. It definitely is hot out there. That could definitely play a role in today's game. You know, we're going to see fatigue tend to set in a little earlier here. So I wonder who that's going to benefit the most, Alma or Hope College here.
I can't speak for the Scots, of course, but the Dutch tend to have a deep bench. Coach Lee Sears loves to play as many as she can. We see it a lot for Calvin on the men's side of things, where you just feel like it's a revolving door from their sideline to the playing field as new players and more players just keep on coming in, especially young players. And here's Allie Wittenbach giving chase down the wing. Nice job there by Witt, and now she turns and faces the goal. She's got Grace Buben calling for it. She'll look for a great ball there. Buben's going to get there, a touch, but what a save. Now the second chance opportunity by Dalton, and she puts that one to the back of the net. Riley Dalton with the goal from about 24 yards out or so. Great finish there, but talk about that ball from Wittenbach. We're seeing it here on the live stream as we're a little bit ahead of you. But wow, what a finish there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Steve, you said that all. That play was all Allie Wittenbach there. I mean, to track back a nice 30, 40-yard run, make a tackle, and serve a great ball into Grace. And Grace was able to get a shot off, and good things happen when you get shots on the goalie, Steve.
Yeah, here I am talking about how hot it is, and I don't know how these girls are doing it. And then Allie Wittenbach runs about 30 yards back towards her own goal and then turns and fires one right up towards Grace Buben, who was on a dead sprint to get to that one. Great effort there by Grace. That's exactly what we were talking about about earlier, Holden, with Grace getting to those 50-50 balls. And then Riley Dalton, she won't miss from there. One of the best center mids probably in the country at this point, junior out of Rockford. And we talk about it, Grace and Riley, both from Rockford. And that combination has been nothing but deadly for other teams in the conference this year.
It definitely has, Steve. And that's a great start here for the Dutch. I wonder what this will do to Alma, if this will motivate them to maybe go out and get a little more of an attack, or maybe if they'll tend to sit in, work for this water break maybe, and get a talk from their coach.
That's right, and actually saw Wittenbach grab some water, rightfully so, before the kickoff. But the Dutch exactly where they want to be, up a goal, 3 shots on goal here. Still not even halfway through the first half. We had a couple substitutions. We'll get those as they come up to us, but I saw Lauren Solstra come in for the Scots, number 19, and as well as number 10, Kaylin Perrion. Nothing yet for the Dutch. There's a mismatch there for 2 Dutch. They couldn't figure out who the pass was intended for, but very quickly is taken right back by Bigelow. Bigelow goes to Brophy on the wing. Brophy dribbles back towards her own goal. She's back tackled there a couple times. Came up a little bit short. And Marsman trying to clear it out, but blocked there. Marsman steps again. Good tackle by Marsman, and she gets back out to Brophy. Brophy this time with time. Looks up for Buben, who went down to ground for it. Couldn't win. Marsman sends it right back out with her head. And now a ball up in the air. Wittenbach's underneath that. She's challenged there by Perrion. And a ball out of bounds eventually by Brooke Steed. Quickly into Wittenbach. Wittenbach looks to cross. That one towards Buben, but it was Potsema who got there first, active off her line. So even on that goal, Holden, you want to talk about Kelsey Potsema. She comes off her line well to block the shot from Buben after that ball by Wittenbach.
Definitely. Yeah, so far we've seen nothing but good things from how do you pronounce that there?
Potsema.
Yep. We've seen nothing but good things from her here so far. So maybe they'll be the one. Maybe she'll be the one for Alma that will keep him in the game.
That's right, and sometimes you need that from your goalkeeper.
Yes, you do.
Steed comes out to Perrion. Perrion up to Foot. Foot tackled there by Lindsay Coy. There's that tough step that you were talking about. Perrion then gets in, and this one will go right back to the Dutch. And a couple substitutions here. Murphy Sotomayor comes in. Morgan Bursma's going to take a break. So just under halfway through this first half, already the girls starting to show fatigue, grabbing water any opportunity that they can on the sidelines. Coy up the line towards Wittenbach. Coy again towards Wittenbach. She gets her head on this one. Makes its way back to Milovendowski. Milovendowski all the way out, but it's met there by Stoudemire. Some tough play in the middle. Bigelow is eventually going to come free. She's wrapped up, and that'll be a foul. After winning that ball, Christensen just kind of said enough with that and wrapped up Bigelow to put an end to that play. And now Lindsay Coy from just inside her own half. Looks like the Dutch are going to stack up near the 18, and we'll see if Lindsay Coy can't give this one a ride. Which she does. It'll make it just about to the 18. First ball up in the air. Now Riley Dalton with the left foot. A good opportunity there. Actually, sorry, that was Erin Brophy who got underneath that one. Couldn't tell them apart with the blue head wrap.
Yeah, Steve, like we were talking about earlier, Hope College tends to be very dangerous on set pieces, even from half field. I mean, we see them serve one in and get a shot on goal. That being said, Alma College will definitely have to be sensitive about where they're fouling Hope College on the field, because they can be dangerous from pretty much anywhere inside half.
Punt by Puntsma. Out of bounds. Here's Hillary Curry. That one's going to be out of bounds. Called by the sideline ref, and now we're going to get a chance to take a quick break here. So with 23:01 left in the first half, 1-0 game to the Dutch over the Scots. The girls are going to take a chance to grab some water. Once again, heat index through the roof here in Holland, Michigan. Really been all over the country this week, the heat wave moving through the Midwest and out east. However, good to see the girls staying hydrated. Really important. I mean, it can sneak up on you when you're out there.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't hurt to get as much water as you can.
That's right. And our turf especially, we have this new turf here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium, and it's not the rubber, but I'd argue, Holden, I don't know if you felt the same way, that the stone filling even gets hotter, or just as hot as that rubber filling. And
yeah,
I mean, this week at practices, I mean, when you're out on that turf, your legs can feel like 1,000 pounds as you're dragging one after the other, chasing the ball around. So
you're definitely right there, Steve. It does get hot out there. We have beautiful facilities here, but that is one complaint that always comes up about the turf. It does get a little hotter than grass would.
That's right. So looks like few of the Scots are heading into the tunnel, maybe to find some shade, get some ice, possibly a combination of both. Decent-sized crowd here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. Not as many as we're used to seeing, and a lot of that is due to the heat, and of course a few more umbrellas than you are accustomed to seeing when there's not a cloud in the sky. However, umbrellas serve a double purpose, and today that is definitely blocking the sun and shielding the sun away from these fans.
I'm curious to see what this water break will do for us here, Steve. Alma kind of looked sluggish there towards the end of those 22 minutes, and it's only 22 minutes into the game, so I'm really curious if the coach is really going to get on them a little bit and say, hey, these next 5-10 minutes are really important for us to make sure we don't go down too early.
That's right, and especially against the team like the Dutch, once they get out on top of you, it is very difficult to fight back, and you can just see it in the body language of other teams that come in here to Van Andel Soccer Stadium, Holden. It's as soon as they give up a goal, it's as if they're defeated in that moment. And here we are, only halfway through the first half, nothing really more than that. Yet, you don't want to count out the Scots, but it's rare that you do see a comeback against the Hope College Flying Dutch. And this year, more than most years, they have a great team. Again, top 25 in the country. We're 17th last week when the rankings came out. 22nd this week, following that loss to Kalamazoo, as well as some big wins by other teams around the country. But Holden, something you and I were talking about before the game, it would be awesome to see a few more teams in the top 25 range come out to Van Andel and play against the Dutch. It's difficult sometimes. Again, in the MIAA, which I was already talking about, you have 4 or 5 teams every year that are pretty solid. However, especially at the Division III level, when you get into that top 25, those teams tend to be on such a higher level than the average team in the country. And I think one of the issues for the Dutch in the past couple years has been that they haven't seen enough top-of-the-line competition. You don't want to discount anyone, but enough of the best teams in the country before going into the tournament, and that's why we've seen the early exits that they've had when they've had some really, really good teams.
Yeah, Steven, something to note. You may know this. I'm not really sure, but as we know, next year for at least the men's, I'm pretty sure it's women's as well, the MIAA is actually only going to play every team in the MIAA once. So that means a lot more out-of-league games, which will become important to build a good strength of schedule to give yourself a shot to go into the postseason. So that's the case for the women as well then? Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so, Holden.
Okay.
And yeah, we've talked a lot about that on the men's side. Of course, our head coach, Stephen Smith, doesn't want to go much further than Chicago, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few teams next year from out in the east direction. I mean, when you're looking at the top 25, you see teams like Messiah, Carnegie Mellon, Ohio Wesleyan, who we've played a couple times, Harvard in the Philadelphia area, Lycoming out in eastern Pennsylvania, all teams that are regularly in the top 25. It's out here really in the Midwest. You've got the likes of a few teams from Chicago, Carthage, UChicago, Calvin really are the 3 big ones, and usually Wheaton. However, they've had a couple down years. So for the women's side, I wouldn't be surprised if Lee Sears sends her team all over the place, really. I mean, this Hope women's side is good enough to play with anyone, and there are going to be a few losses in the lineup. Of course, a big one already, Mallory Beswick, a senior captain from Grand Haven, who unfortunately tore her ACL during preseason. And then Aaron Brophy and Allie Wittenbach are the seniors rather that get a lot of playing time. Of course, Tommy Staub, who comes off the bench for the Dutch in a lot of games, will also be graduating, as well as Mary Claire Tice, who was been the starter for the past 2 years for the Dutch. In the goal has been sharing responsibilities with Jordan Ellingbo, a freshman from Grand Haven. But I mean, you look across the lineup. The point of all of that banter is that you've got Bubin, Curry, Dalton, Beard. I mean, Murphy Stoudemire, Kristen Marsman, Lindsay Coy, Megan Bigelow's only a sophomore. Both programs here, ours as well as the women's, even more so for the women's team, have very strong junior classes that have been playing for all 3 years now.
That's true.
It's not like the drop-off is going to be anything extreme. And for now, we're going to get some soccer in front of us. No need to talk about the future when we can see it right here in the present. And we're back underway here with 23 minutes to go in the first half. The Scots with a throw-in, and a pass is deflected off one of the Scots out of bounds. A quick throw-in there. Players seem to have some energy. And Bigelow, nice ball out there towards Eliza Beard. Beard coming up the right side. She finds Bubin. Bubin just a slight redirect. That one's going to slow down. What a run there by Brophy to keep that one in. She gets there, faces up her defender, wants to cross. Thinks she may have hooked that one out of bounds, but the sideline official had a better view on it. Instead, it's just swooped up by Potsma, and she will get the game going again with a punt. High arcing ball out towards midfield. Curry missed the initial one, but will collect up the garbage, and she goes up towards Bubin. Bubin able to keep it in bounds and then loses possession, but very quickly gains it back. Just kind of dribbles into Wittenbach. Quick turn there, and now she's going up the left side. Wittenbach going towards the end line. Rare that we see her tired, but she looked a little bit slower than normal, which isn't saying much because a slow Wittenbach is still a fast for everyone else.
That's right, Steve. I mean, we both know as soon as we see her kind of get faced up one-on-one on the sideline, usually she's going to that in line to try to serve a ball in, which she's very good at.
Curry wins the ball off the throw-in. Ball by Wittenbach towards Dalton. Riley Dalton there. Still pressuring. Deflected off of Dalton. Now a turnout by Lewandowski, only to Marsman, center back for the Dutch. So one center back to the other, and now Bigelow in the hole collects that one and finds Beard coming up the wing. Eliza Beard. The right-footed pass towards Brophy. Believe that was a cross. Bit of a mishit, but went right to Brophy. Nicely won there by number 3, Tori Saylor. And it goes further up the line, but only to be given back to the Dutch via throw-in. Here's Beard. She goes to Riley Dalton. Inside to Brophy. Nice flick there by Brophy back inside. Yeah, and here's Bigelow. Look at this combination play, and just the final run, the final connecting pass wasn't there. It's something off the training ground for sure, Holden. It was like every single player knew exactly where their teammate was going to be without even looking. 3 quick one-touch passes, and then Bigelow with the 4th was expecting to see a runner going through that back line. However, nothing doing, and we're underway again. Another header that was deflected back towards the Scots goalkeeper, Spotsma. She's been busy here. And another punt that'll clear midfield, but quickly won there by Stoudemire. Lewandowski, comfortable with her feet. Plays it out over top towards Marsman. Marsman goes into Curry. Nice flick there by Curry. She finds Wittenbach. Wittenbach up the line towards Buben. Buben holds. She has a defender fall behind her. And now goes towards Dalton. Well, Lewandowski was the one that fell down behind the play. She seems to be okay. We've also seen that a couple times here on the turf. With how the gradient has been settling, sometimes you'll take a misstep. It's also it's meant to play a lot more like grass, this new design. It's AstroTurf, and it's a little bit shorter, so the cleats do not dig as deep into. So that's also for the durability of the turf, so that you're not ripping it out with your cleats. Got this entire talk from Stephen Smith, again, who's the men's coach here. Here's a ball inside towards Curry from Ali Wittenbach. Curry going towards the line, eventually going to go out of bounds. I think the last touch was off of a Scot. It would have been very difficult for the referee to see it. And sure enough, it will be a goal kick. But nice combination play there. That's the first time that we've seen Hillary Curry come forward from the midfield, something that she likes to do very often when she gets the chance. Another thing, Holden, in the games that we've seen, as play has gone on, the game just opens up for the Flying Dutch offense.
Yeah, that's right. I really think that, especially last weekend, we really saw that as soon as kind of that first goal went in, as time went on, Hope was really able to develop a stronger and stronger attack, which is very dangerous. Also to note here quickly, we had a substitution up top. We had Rachel Braggington coming in for Grace Buben, giving her some time off. So Rachel Braggington, also a great forward. Like we were talking about, Hope has a very deep bench.
Yeah, that's right.
Grace Buben and Rachel Braggington could almost be interchangeable. They both score goals. So that is a great substitution there, I believe. Give Grace a little bit of time, see if she's going to come back out in the second half.
Yeah, that's right. And completely different players. You're right when they both score goals.
Yeah.
Rachel Braggington, she tends to hold the ball up more. I mean, her shot from distance is absolutely incredible, and that's the thing. She plays so often with her back towards her own goal, and then when she gets the opportunity, if a defender sags off her a bit, she's able to turn and have a go from distance, and that's where you see Rachel score a lot of goals. She's also very dangerous in the air,
right.
Being a little bit taller than most girls around the Division III level. Grace, on the other hand, like we've talked enough about her, very scrappy, really fights for those 50-50 balls, quick player. So as a back line, it can be incredibly difficult to defend when you have two such talented players with different playing styles. Here we'll get a couple other substitutions. That's 25. That is Abby Prescott. And also 17, Maria Egloff. So 2 freshmen who have played key roles for the Dutch thus far, getting some warranted minutes here with about 17 to go in the first half. Bigelow. She finds Braggington. There's that strength that we're talking about. Braggington now to get away from a defender was looking for Brophy, who was making the cutting run through the middle. That one cut out instead by the Scots. Now Egloff, some hard pressure here on Moyer. Moyer goes back, and eventually it's going to be switched out to Lewandowski, who goes out the other way to Saylor. My apologies, that's actually Emily Esser out there. Ball here by Marietta. Finds no one but Lindsay Coy, who finds Dalton. Dalton switches play. Good ball there off her back foot, able to get it all the way out to Brophy. Brophy let that one run past her. I think she would have done that thing a little bit differently if she had a second chance at it. Was unable to keep it in bounds. And another substitution here as number 11, Whitney Foote will take a break. And it's 14. Christina Burscollins, sorry, into the game for the first time today. Still a lot of choppy play here. We've had periods of time where the ball will stay in play for 3 or 4 minutes, but then we seem to have periods of play right after that where the ball just keeps on jumping out of bounds like this. Holden pointing out to me we've got some wasps flying around the broadcast booth. Holden, I think we're going to be okay. No worries. I'm sure they're trying to hide from the heat just like we are.
That's right. They're trying to get inside, which is not where we want them to be. Great turn there by Bigelow in the middle of the field.
Yeah, great win. Ball up towards Braggington, bounce back into Riley Dalton in the midfield. Had a Scott get hit in the stomach there, and let me tell you definitely don't want to be getting hit in the stomach in this kind of heat. Bigelow wins the second ball. Prescott gets to it. Hard challenge there. It's actually number 10, Perrion of the Scots, who was able to win.
Quick note here, Steve. We've seen Kelsey Postma, the Alma College goalkeeper, have a couple really big kicks. And I believe that could be dangerous for him, especially when Hopes may be on the attack time after time, just to kind of get that big kick up the field, get Alma up the field. So I think that's something worth knowing, that she's put all her kicks well over half field, which is very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. You sometimes don't even see some guys on the male side of things be able to clear midfield. So to see that be done in a women's game over and over, even more impressive. But yeah, like you said, and especially with this heat. And Holden, you were saying before we came on the air how solid the back line of the Dutch is. But I mean, as you go on, fatigue starts to set in. It's one long ball, one ball that just takes a funny bounce, and that extra effort from a Scott striker is maybe all that they need to get right back in this game.
That's right.
Here's Egloff for the Dutch. Sends one at the back line of the Scots. Dealt with there. And now Brophy with her back to goal. Puts one over her own shoulder. Beard able to chase that one down. Eliza Beard with the left foot. Cuts it back towards Braggington. Now ball top of the box. Skip past a couple Dutch. And now Prescott collects. But instead, one out by Scott. Nice play there by the Scots to defend that one. That was 6, Lexi Moyer. But Bigelow with an equally as impressive play, and now she wants to go big towards Brophy. That one with a bit too much hook. And the always aware Kelsey Putzma comes out and snags that one up.
Great win there from Bigelow in the middle. We talked about this a lot last week, Steve, but Bigelow she's not the tallest, but she is mighty, that's for sure. She's constantly winning battles in the air and landing hard tackles, which is very important as a center defensive midfielder.
That's right. Another substitution into the game for the Dutch. That's Audrey White, who's in now. Nice win there by Kristen Marsman. You want to talk about the back stepping well.
Yeah.
Great step there by Marsman. But yeah, 16, Audrey White. Another freshman out of Hudsonville. And Maddie Rebolt coming in out of Marquette for the Scots, sophomore midfielder. Scots still yet to test freshman goalkeeper of the Dutch, Jordan Ellingbo. No real chances up hop. Here's a nice ball up the line. Audrey White is going to run this one down. She gets there, able to cut it back towards the top of the box, but dealt with there by Milovendowski. She puts that one out of bounds. Nice play there by the ball boy to keep that one in the stadium. Beard with the throw-in. Goes towards Audrey White. Cleared away. Bigelow collects, and she plays out to Lindsay Coy. Lindsay Coy up the line now. Goes to Prescott. Prescott with room. Goes inside towards White. The freshman linking up here, and that was a hit from Egloff from distance. But look at that. You look at Abby Prescott going inside towards Audrey White, who lays it off for Egloff coming through. And the 3 freshmen on the field for the Dutch making their presence felt. Good opportunity there. That's 7 shots on goal now for the Flying Dutch. Here's Bigelow. Bigelow drops off to Lindsay Coy. Coy has her pass deflected and taken away. Lots of contact there by Coy on the back tackle. No foul called. That was between Marietta and Coy. And a couple more substitutions. So we'll see number 9, Maddie Ferry. And 25, Courtney Edwards.
Not sure what that call was there, Steve. It looks like they're recalling that throw-in. Must have been too far upfield or something.
Nonetheless, another big throw here by the Scots. Finds the head of Marsman, who puts it right back out. But second ball won by the Scots. But immediately turned over to Bigelow. And now Bigelow finds Prescott, who is flying down the wing. Prescott gathers. Now on the left foot. Looking across. Cuts back towards the right. Cuts back again. Nice Meg there. She has a shot on goal. But only to find the hands of Kelsey Postma. But what a run there by Abby Prescott. Once more the freshman impressing me, and I'm sure impressing the couple hundred fans here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium.
Yeah, that was a great play there. She really got out and ran there well. One thing I do want to note, though, is why that whole play happened was Megan Bigelow was able to make a tackle and send a great ball in.
Good-looking ball there from Aaron Brophy. Flicked that one with the outside of the foot. Another win by Bigelow. And this one gets to Brophy. Brophy, as she does so well, takes a bouncing ball and gets it on the floor. Now beats 2 defenders. She gets up the line, has 3 Dutch in the box. Cross towards Bragginton. Bragginton on the back foot. Can't get the shot off. Now trying to turn. Has a roll and has a shot that's deflected. It's going to find Audrey White. Audrey White with the shot and the finish. And there you go. 2-0 to the Dutch. So we were just talking about the freshman's impact on this game. And it's 16, Audrey White, who finishes near post high on Kelsey Postma. And it's 2-0 to the Flying Dutch. 9 minutes to go in the first half. What were you seeing on that play, Holden?
Yeah, I think the best part of that play there was Rachel Braggington was able to hold that ball up in the middle there and then turn and find a way to get a shot off. And when you take shots, good thing happens. As we see, obviously, it never actually got to the goalie. But the defender made a tackle, but it bounced out right in front of the goalie, and Audrey White was there to put it in. Right time, right place. Great play there for the Dutch.
Absolutely. And like you said, a goal is a goal. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best build-up play. That was some pretty good build-up play with a little bit of breakage in the middle of it. Here's a foul on the Dutch. Scots trying to wake up, trying to get themselves back in this game. They'll have a free kick from within their own half, and they're also going to send just about everyone. Lewandowski opts to go short. Now it's passed out wide to Bonin, who's into the game for the Scots. And broken up there by Eliza Beard. Prescott goes down to Timmy Staub. Staub finds Bragginton. What a turn there, and she's fouled hard. Interesting, as Prescott was actually going to win that race. Prescott, for being one of the taller girls on the field, got a lot of speed coming down that flank. And now with a free kick from referee's going to back it up to close to the midfield stripe. Kristen Marsman is going to stand over this one. She'll look to send it in.
Yeah, Steve, taking a look at our live stream there, it looked like Prescott might have been in. So an interesting call there from the ref not to give an advantage.
Right. Here's another hard tackle. The referee sees all ball. I'll have to disagree with that one. However, the Scots now in transition. Chance for a counterattack. 21, LeMasters. LeMasters over top in the first action for Ellingbo, as she will come out and pick up the rolling ball. Gives the ball a couple bounces and now punts out to Prescott. If she meant to do that, that's an incredible piece of distribution from the freshman goalkeeper out of Grand Haven. Nice play here by the Scots, getting up to wing. But broken up once more by Marsman, who then sent it back to Stoudemire. Puts it at least out to midfield, and now Staub will collect, and she finds Egloff, who tried to go out to Prescott. Prescott and Egloff not quite on the same page.
Great defense in the middle there from Egloff and White. I believe White kind of gave that supplementary pressure, and then Egloff was able to really get in and make a tackle there. That was very well done in the middle there. And also, now we see an attack build out of it.
That's right. Also, don't want to miss it, as there's a hard challenge there by Braggington, but another freshman on the field for the Dutch. It's Corinne Cole. She's out on the far wing. I missed that. I saw Aaron Brophy down on the sideline and realized that there had to have been a substitution made. Believe it or not, the headsets they give us have good enough soundproofing skills, sound canceling skills, that we don't even hear the buzzer sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
So caught up in what I'm saying that I don't realize that there's substitutions going on. My apologies. Here's Staub coming from left back.
Great ball there.
Great ball to Prescott. Prescott, touch back towards her own midfield stripe, and now she wants to run again. He doesn't seem to be bothering her. Good-looking ball there. Actually got deflected by her own teammate. If Braggington would have let that one go, I think Corinne Cole may have been in. Marsman collects, plays Staub. Staub, nowhere to go. Stuck hard there by the Alma defender. But Bigelow able to clean up any sense of pandemonium there. Ball into Braggington. Uses her body well. And now Egloff switches it out the other way to Beard. Beard always looking to get into the attack. She comes up through the middle. Now with the left foot. Goes out wide towards Cole. Cole bumps into an Alma defender. And sees this one run out of play. But will take the throw in. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Dutch in control, 2-0. Sustained attack once more. Audrey White was trying to take the end line. Unsuccessful as the ball rolls out for a goal kick.
Steve, as we look over at the scoreboard on the east side of Van Andel Stadium here, we see 9 shots on goal for the Dutch and 0 for Alma. And I think that's an accurate display of what this half has been. It really has been controlled by Hope. And I'm not even sure if the Hope goalkeeper has even seen a real shot on goal. Well, has seen any danger, really. So I believe that that is one stat that really shows how this half has went.
That's right. So Holden, I have to let those listening know. Ethan Beswick, goalkeeper who graduated a few years ago, texting me right now. He quoted me questioning if I was questioning Ellingbo's ability to distribute the ball from the back. Again, 2 goalkeepers from Grand Haven. Of course, Ethan, the older brother of Mallory Beswick. Here, let me cut myself off real quick here as Megan Bigelow's in on goal and a right-footed shot, but what a save there by Postema. So you want to talk about some goalkeeping skills. There's a great foot save. However, Ethan just wanted to assure everyone that Ellingbo undoubtedly has the potential and ability to distribute well, as she's a product of OTB, a goalkeeper training academy up there in Grand Haven.
Thanks for the input there, Ethan. We appreciate that. We now know for the future that it is really, if she has a great punt, it was on purpose.
There you go. Here's Braggington with the corner. Towards Stoudemire. Stoudemire, if it goes over her head, you know it has to be tall. Stoudemire obviously towering over everyone in most cases. Dutch still looking to pour it on here. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Scots just trying to get out of their own end. They won't do it this time.
You know, Steve, I must admit, I was about to be expecting I told you so after we saw Megan Bigelow get in on goal there, because before the game, you called that she was going to score a goal, and she usually is not one to score many goals. But I thought you were going to get your way there, Steve.
I wanted it. Not going to lie, I really wanted it. So far, I've been wrong. My predictions were, who'd I say? Bubin, Bigelow, and then Brophy.
Yep.
But as my bias will come through, I'll take any goals for the Dutch offense. So good to see both Audrey White and who had the first one, Holden?
Riley Dalton.
Riley Dalton. That's
Riley
right.
Dalton had
Always
a shot.
good to see Riley score.
Yep.
Going to hear about it, I'm sure, because Riley loves to boast her scoring ability compared to mine. I just remind her that I'm a center back and she's a midfielder, but doesn't seem to do much for me. It's a kick from Postma. Comes back to Beard. Beard up the line. That's Corinne Cole. Cole with the outside of the foot. It's picked off by Solstra. Solstra now facing her own goal. Little Rivaldo move there. Cole sticks with it and deflects the ball out of bounds. Up the line is going to bounce off of Stoudemire, who's tight there with the Alma forward. And Solstra once more will throw it in. Nice play there by Murphy Stoudemire. That one got deflected, and she was able to save it off of the end line, put it out for just a throw-in. Yep, and the referee signals to the girls that it's a throw-in. We're under 1 minute here. Solstra down in the only shaded portion of the field. Sure, she'd like to stay there for a while. That's where our men's soccer teammates are watching the game from today, as well as a handful of parents. And now the Scots are going to get a corner with 40 seconds and counting to go. So the Scots with a chance here. If they can somehow squeak one in with their first opportunity, really, this would completely change the game going into halftime.
Yeah, this would be huge, Steve. Let's see what happens.
Solstra with the kick. Going towards the penalty spot. Bounces, misses everyone now. Still in the Scots' possession. Takes a deflection off a few players. Now sent towards the back post, but won there by Beard. And the Dutch look like they're going to survive as Corinne Cole takes a big touch, still running this one down, and she'll just send it down into the Alma Scots defensive end, and that'll get us to halftime. So there's the horn at the break. It's Hope 2, Alma nothing. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's Steve Benning alongside Holden Dipple here as we're getting ready for second half action between the Hope College Flying Dutch as well as the Alma Scots. Holden, you're directing my attention to something. I believe that it is a keeper change.
Yeah, that's what it looks like out there, Steve. Am I correct in this, or am I just
you
seeing
have
stuff?
to be.
Looks like she's
No.
wearing the same jersey.
Yeah,
but
she is. Or is that Jordan Ellingbo? Holden? You know what, Holden? It's a mystery, and I'm sure the answers will come. For now? No, that's Jordan.
I'm
That's Jordan
sorry.
Ellingbo. Hey, you know what? Don't worry about it, man. 0-0, it confuses everyone. So, yeah, Jordan Ellingbo still in the goal. We've got Bubin, Dalton, Wittenbach, Curry, Bigelow, Bursma, Brophy, Beard, Kristen Marsman, and Lindsay Coy for the Dutch. So no changes there from the starting lineup. And it looks like for the Scots, Potsma still in the goal. Esser's out there. Moyer as well. Malovendowski. We've got Foote. Kenzie Rajewski, I believe. Yeah, looks like no real changes for the Scots either, with Christensen, Chrome, Roberts, and Steed as well. So the same starting 11 for both teams here. See if the 45 goes a little bit differently. The Dutch will bring it forward. Dalton thought about going up the wing. Instead, she plays out to Coy. Coy now goes up the line. Goes towards Bubin, who's chasing after that one. She's hit hard from behind, and we're going to get an early chance here on the far sideline, at least far from the broadcast booth.
Yeah, Stephen, like we've talked about, we've been saying this, we've been iterating it over and over again, but Hope College is dangerous on these set pieces. So let's see if they can get this second half started off just right.
That's right. Here's Kristen Marsman over there, number 14 for the Dutch. Ball is going to make it into the box, but won't beat the Alma defenders. However, deflected out of bounds for a corner kick. And now it looks like Allie Wittenbach is going to take the short jog over for the corner kick. Wittenbach wipes away the stripe. And now will serve. This one makes it to the top of the 6, bounces around, down on the ground, and into the goal. See, Riley Dalton had a foot on that, and believe at the end of it, it was Hillary Curry.
Looks like Hillary Curry,
yeah,
yes.
Hillary Curry is going to get the last touch on that. And that's the ideal start. 1 minute and 5 seconds into the second half. The Dutch are up 3-0 as with their 17th shot of the game. 10 shots on goal. Scots only 1 shot on goal, and that's kind of been the story of the day, Holden. We're looking at it again here on the live stream, and just that ball in, missed one player, but eventually, yeah, Hillary Curry just kind of poked a foot at it, and it found the roof of the goal, and just like that, the Dutch are in absolute control of this one with 43-42 left in the ball game.
Kind of an unconventional goal there, but like we said, Steve, a goal is a goal. A great start for the Dutch.
That's right, and like you said, Holden, dangerous off of set pieces are the Dutch, and there you go, making your statement true. 1 corner, 1 goal for the Dutch here in the second half. Scots with the chance. Pulled up into the top, but a mishit ball is going to bounce to Lindsay Coy, who wins it, and now Riley Dalton will run it down. She flicks a ball over top that is met by a center back for the Scots, and then the scramble afterwards eventually ends up with Alma in possession, but a quick giveaway, and Megan Bigelow has it. She lost it for a minute, won it right back, and now goes out wide to Coy. Coy, 1 touch up the line towards Wittenbach. Wittenbach, forced to dribble back towards her own goal, finds Marsman. Marsman, nice touch there, finds Dalton. And now here's Beard. Beard on the near sideline, finds Brophy. Brophy, little Cruyff move there, but got away from her, so now the Scots will have possession of it. Brophy trying for a little flick touch, and now actually going to get called for a foul as she reached around number 12, Rajewski. off the free kick. No one with real possession of it. Now eventually it's going to squirt out to Riley Dalton, who finds Wittenbach. Hope with the chance here. Great ball by Wittenbach. She's going to find Buben. Buben, if she can settle it down one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And she'll have a shot with the left foot. Deflected and eventually deflected out of bounds. Another corner here. But talk about that ball from Allie Wittenbach.
Yeah.
Again, that link up between Wittenbach and Buben has proved lethal so far here today for the Dutch. Buben able to run that one down. Just knock it out of bounds. And I will, nope, that's still Postma. I think we're having a goalie crisis here, Holden. We have both believed that the goalies have been substituted. They haven't. Off the corner, it's deflected out of bounds for another corner kick. We have a Alma Scott who is on the goal line. Seems to be a little bit shaken up. Referee going to go check on her, and we've got our training staff also on high alert. That's Molodovsky. But she's up and okay.
Wonder what happened there, Steve. Maybe collision of the heads.
Yeah, collision of the head. Hey, sometimes when you head the ball, it just hurts a little bit.
That is true.
Here's the ball to the top of the box off the next corner. Buben's thrown to the ground. Nothing doing. And cleared out by the Scots. Marsman runs over, finds Beard now. Beard coming out the other way. She plays Bursma. Morgan Bursma on it. She looks for the connecting pass to Hillary Curry. Curry couldn't collect. And instead deflects it out of bounds. For a throw in here. Throwing down the line. Beard just nudges that one out. Another corner. This one up the line once more over the head of a few. Riley Dalton able to bring it down off her chest. And then is gathered a great flick there by Brophy. A little 1-2 between she and Hillary Curry. And now Brophy running out of defender. And that is not a player you want to be one-on-one with. Here's Brophy. She gets the end line. Now with the right foot. Looks to serve. Deflection. Comes to the top of the 6-yard box. And off a body is a smart play there by an Alma Scott defender. As she just bumped it down to her goalkeeper, Postma. And Kelsey Postma with the right foot will punt this one out once again beyond midfield. That one is actually going to bounce, and here is what we're talking about, Holden.
Yeah.
That one ball that slips through, maybe a chance here, but a great tackle by Lindsay Coy. She was the last defender back, and she now sends the ball beyond midfield and out of bounds for a Scots throw-in.
Yeah, Steve. I mean, that right there is a perfect example of what can be dangerous off a long kick, and also something that all center backs have to watch. Is looks like both of our center backs for Dutch there got caught up, which is often very dangerous, and they were able to get in behind. Luckily, Coyer was able to have the speed and recover there. But Hope College needs to make sure that they're staying disciplined, especially in the back line, even with a 3-0 lead.
Linda Bosky with a great tackle there, and now it's going to deflect out of bounds off of the Scots. Failed clearance there. Another corner kick coming up for the Dutch. Buben's over top of it, along with Wittenbach, so you've got two players over it for the Dutch, and they're going to take it short. Here's Buben. She goes up once to Wittenbach. Wittenbach looks to serve, but that was snuffed out by the Scots defender. Bigelow actually took one off the face there, able to settle it down, finds Wittenbach. Wittenbach with the left foot. That one is going to hit off of Postema, who then lunges to the ground, and the sprawling Postema is able to collect that. Another save there. I don't think we're going to chalk that one up as a shot on goal, but the Dutch not seeming to relent with their pressure. Here are the Scots. Nice 1-2 there, but the next pass fails, and Coy's able to clear it. Don't know how Grace Buben brought that one down, as she's kind of threw a leg on it, and now she's laying on the ball. That's going to be called a dangerous play. Can't do that. It's dangerous for everyone involved when you lay on the soccer ball.
That's just Grace's mentality, though, like we have talked about, Steve. She's always battling, trying to win that ball. So
yeah, that's 100% right. So Alma Bosky, about 10 yards in her own half. Puts one towards the box. First ball is won by Bursma, then Marsman's up for it, then Coy. Now it comes out to Brophy. Brophy looks at the line, looking for Buben, who lets that one go. Comes back to Mlodinovoski, who cuts outside and then inside.
Great play there for the Scots to get out of that tough pressure.
That's right. And here's a ball that beat Marsman, but once again, it just seems when one Dutch defender gets beat, there's 3 others behind the ball. Here's Wittenbach with a chance to run. Wittenbach, a couple big touches, and she is away. She's into the box, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and a tackle from behind. Would not have been surprised if we saw a point to the spot there, but it seems as if the Scots defender, that was 24, Brooke Steed, got a touch to it after running down Wittenbach. So a great piece of determination there. And what a tackle there by Morgan Bursma. Brophy turns away from a defender. She goes to Bubin. There's something we don't see all too often. Bubin gets stepped right in front of. Bursma with nowhere to go. Slings it out wide towards Coy. Coy unable to save it. Doesn't seem like the 2 Dutch defenders were on the same page there, but that's a rare occurrence. And the throw in from the Scots is just deflected out of bounds. So once again, another couple strands of choppy play here for the ladies.
You know, Steve, I must say, though, even though it hasn't been much, I think this is the best attack that we've seen from Alma so far this game. After that 3rd goal popped in, it really seemed like they were able to have a few combination play up in the top 3rd to middle 3rd of the field, but it's not much. But they are looking a little more dangerous, I got to say.
That's right, and here they are, one of the deepest areas of the field that they've been in, at least attacking-wise. Throw-in is once more met by a Dutch defender. Lindsay Coy continues to run that one down and actually knocks it out of bounds. And here's a couple substitutions with just 10 minutes gone, as Grace Bubin's going to take a break, as well as Megan Bigelow. Megan Bigelow, of course, went all 45 as a center midfielder in the first half in this heat. Not an easy task, so good to see her getting a rest, as Murphy Stoudemire and Rachel Bragington are back into the game for the Dutch. 2 more juniors holding, as we talked about the strength of this junior class. Bragington and Stoudemire, again, players that have their handful of starts but also come off the bench, and 2 solid players still around for another year. So
that's right.
Again, they're having a great season so far, but it has to be somewhat scary for other teams around the country knowing that this Dutch team is only to get stronger. Here's Brophy with the left foot. She's going to find Wittenbach. If Wittenbach can get there, she does. Cuts it back towards Curry. Curry with the left foot, but a great step there by a Scots defender. Prevents that one. Surely that was a goal if it was directed towards it. And now the Scots will come the other way. Rajewski sends it up the line. Bursma able to collect, and Marsman's going to swing this one out towards Coy. Coy with all the space in the world. Dribbles into that space. Now looks ahead. Plays the ball up the wing, and if Wittenbach can get there, that's a decent-looking ball from Coy. She does, as she pressures Mlodinovoski, and Wittenbach immediately looked at the center referee to signal that it was off of the Scots defender, and the Dutch won the throw. Here's Dalton. Dalton with a chance to shoot on the right foot. Instead elects to pass. Goes to Curry. Curry looking back to Dalton. A little bit of contact at the top of the box. Nothing doing. Beard comes up for the 50-50 ball at midfield, and this one's just going to be held in by the Dutch. Again, unrelenting pressure. Here's a great ball by Wittenbach to Curry. Curry couldn't get enough on it, but how about that ball from the back foot by Wittenbach holding?
Yeah, that was great.
Heck of a good-looking cross there. Curry, if she gets a little bit more mustard on that, that's in the back of the net for her second of the game.
My question right now, Steve, is how much more does Wittenbach have in her? She's been running up and down that sideline constantly, playing great balls in, and she's really been really impressive this game. And I wonder if the fatigue's going to set in anytime soon, because it doesn't seem to be setting in for her.
That's right. Here's a ball deflected out of bounds again. Brophy will leave that one for Beard. About 12 and a half here into the second half. The Dutch in control. Can't see them losing this one, up 3-0 with only about half an hour to go. Here's Bragington getting in deep, trying to pressure. Deflects off of her body, out of bounds. Another substitution here. That's Ashley Bonham. Bonham, my apologies, as I'm corrected by our PA announcer. Curry loses out there to Moyer. Pass comes off of Curry. It's another throw in for the Scots. But Curry wins it right back, but it's actually going to come up and deflect off of Beard's arm. Of course, you can't use your hands in soccer, Holden.
That is the case.
As Eliza Beard knows. And so free kick coming up here for the Scots. Loudon Bosky. The long searching free kick. This one is going to be taken care of by Kristen Marsman. How she kept that one in bounds. Great play there by the Dutch center back.
That's something we really haven't seen yet this game, Steve, is a big ball in. That was a good ball that could have been something dangerous, but Marsman was able to clean that up.
Yeah, a handful of substitutions here for the Dutch, as Riley Dalton's taking a break, as well as a few others. A few freshmen back into the game, Audrey White, Maria Egloff. And Ellingbo with the drop kick. You want to talk about clearing midfield, that almost cleared the circle. And here's Egloff. Egloff has Brophy. Good looking pass there. It's actually going to end up coming to Brophy. Brophy with the right foot just over the bar off the half volley. Good looking ball there from Maria Egloff, and Erin Brophy wants that one back. I want that one back too because I had her scoring a goal today, Holden.
That's right. And that was just another great opportunity. Like I think you just said it. That was a great ball by Egloff. I mean, was able to slot that in between two defenders. And every time you can split a defense, it's usually a dangerous penetrating ball, as we know all too well, huh, Steve?
That's right, Holden. And any time that ball does split between your center backs, you're going to have some issues, especially when a girl like Erin Brophy is in behind your back line. Here's Audrey White. Nice job of settling that one down. Brophy towards Braggington, but an equally nice play by number 4, Emily Esser, to shield off the pressure from the Dutch. And Postma is able to come out and collect. Postma, long punt. Marsman able to track that one down. Stoudemire to the second ball. She hooks it out to Coy. Coy settles down. Now goes inside to Egloff. Egloff, a nice turn there. Now goes up the wing, and here's Wittenbach again. You want to talk about what's left in the tank. Wittenbach's going to get there. She won't take a touch on it with the left foot. Swings it towards the box. Comes to Braggington. Braggington, nice turn there. Now on the left foot. She'll have a hit off the outside of the post. Inches to the right. There's a shot on goal for the Dutch. So that's 12 now. And Rachel Braggington was that close to putting one into the back of the net. Two really nice turns there on that play, Holden.
Yeah, great play there by both of those players. And you know, Steve, I was not expecting a shot there. I'm gonna be honest. I was expecting a cross across the box, but what a shot! I mean, it hit the iron, hit the woodwork. That was well done.
Yeah, it's never good to be selfish, but it is good to be selfish when you're a soccer striker, and
that is right.
That's a trait that you want your strikers to have. And there you go, Rachel Braggington, from an angle that maybe she was better off to cross, but she puts a great shot on goal. So you're never going to complain as a teammate or a coach if you're seeing your center forward do that. Here's Abby Prescott getting to the line. Unfortunately, her touch goes out of bounds for another goal kick. She's back into the game, however, for the Dutch. And also Sarah McCoy, number 26. The sophomore out of Stevensville is seeing her first action. Sarah missed most of last season with a torn ACL, something we see all too common in the women's game. But good to see her back and healthy and out playing again.
I'm sure she's excited to be back out there too, Steve. See if she can get out and run a little bit on these defenders.
That's right. Here's Beard. Beard swings one up towards Coy. Egloff with the second ball. Now Braggington, and here's that chance for McCoy. McCoy going towards the goal with the right-footed shot from about 20 yards out. Misses on the short side, but an early contribution from McCoy. And we're going to get a couple more substitutions here for the Scots. It's Cassandra George. It's into the game. She's going to give 23 Taylor Roberts a break. Also saw Hannah Marietta check into the game, the striker for the Scots. Off the goal kick, it finds Audrey White. Here goes to McCoy. McCoy able to settle down, goes back to Beard. Beard swings it over to Egloff. Egloff, nice play there, finds Coy. Coy into Prescott, who elects to go right back to Coy. Coy now a big searching ball. This one's going to bounce, but nicely dealt there by the Scots. But once more, Beard just turns and finds McCoy, so the Dutch will come up the other side. Coy beats one defender. Nice move there. Looks to go inside. Pass, however, is deflected. But after the deflection, it'll take another deflection out of bounds. And Coach Lee Sears will hold on to that ball as Eliza Beard comes up the line to take the throw-in. Beard inside to Egloff. No real possession here, but Eliza Beard wins it back for the Dutch, and now Stoudemire going the other way, trying to find Prescott, but once again, just not on the same page as Prescott was making a run through the back line, and Stoudemire's pass just came up a little bit short, but here's McCoy. McCoy trying to beat a defender again. This time she's unable to do so, but Braggington with the back tackle, but a nice turn there. That's Lexi Moyer in the midfield for the Scots. Gets away from a couple Scots defenders, and now the Scots with a couple more nice passes, and Moyer able to spray one out wide, but Coy read that one all the way, and now Stoudemire sends it back towards Prescott. Prescott, who's always looking to run, can't quite catch up with this one. Out on the far side for a throw-in for the Scots.
Yeah, Stephen, as we're approaching this halfway water break here, we really have seen this first half of the second half dominated by the Dutch. You know, like I said, I thought that we still have seen a little more of an attack from Alma, but still nothing significant. Still with 0 shots on goal, Steve. So we'll see what happens the second half. But I really think if Alma has any chance here, they really need to pick things up and start getting to the attacking half.
Holden, it's hard to win soccer games when you're not getting any shots. And,
that is the truth.
That's nothing against the Scots, but more so, let's turn it into a positive for the Dutch. Their defense is just so strong that they don't give up many shots. And when you're not giving your opponents many chances, you're going to win a lot of soccer games. That's as we're always told, you don't get scored on, you can't lose. Here's a ball back to the top of the box. I think that came off of Egloff's hand. Nothing called by the referee. He must have deemed it unintentional. And eventually, Audrey White had a chance, but she put it over the bar for a goal kick. And with 23:55 to go, we have another substitution as Madison Rebolt is back into the game. That's number 18, Hannah Crome, making way for her. Here's Bursma. She goes out wide to McCoy. McCoy now inside, has some room in front of her. She goes to Braggington. Braggington with room to turn. Couldn't quite collect the touch, and now it goes out to Stoudemire. She's bettered there by a Scott defender, and that one comes out wide towards Solstra. And the referee will stop play for the mandatory water break. So it'll be about 3 or 4 minutes. Holden and I are going to take a quick break ourselves. Should probably be hydrating for tonight's game. But we'll be back in just a few minutes, so take a quick break if you need one. Welcome back to Van Andel Soccer Stadium. I hope you haven't gone anywhere. We've still got 23 minutes and 11 seconds of soccer to be played between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Alma Scots. Resident weatherman Holden Dipple, can you give me an update? You were looking up the weather during our break.
Yes, I'm no meteorologist, but I did decide to go to weather.com and type in Holland, Michigan. And right now we're sitting at 93 degrees and sunny. It feels like 97 according to weather.com. And Steve and I were talking, we guess it's about 105 out on the pitch right now, maybe a little more.
At least, yeah. And you imagine, they say, at least the experts, meaning they, say that when you're out there on the turf, it feels about 10 degrees warmer in direct sunlight. So it could be as hot as anywhere from 103 to 107 degrees there on the turf. And, I mean, it's the type of heat that makes you want to rip your shoes off as soon as you come off the field. It's that hot. Fortunately for the girls out there, this game is really all but decided, still with half of a half to go. 3-0 in favor of the Dutch. They've been dominant today, Holden. They're now up into the 20s with shots. They have 11 shots on goal according to our big board across the field. And, of course, they are up in the column that matters, 3-0. The Scots, however, will get us started with a throw-in. That throw up the line towards Bursma. Bursma gets her right foot to it, and Stoudemire is going to run it down, and eventually will come off of Stoudemire. So back to the Scots. No notable changes for either team after the water break. The Scots, a couple passes, wayward passes at best. And now it's going to come out to Prescott, who finds Egloff. Egloff, a cute little touch right through the legs of a defender, goes to Bragginton. Bragginton has to go back to Marsman. Marsman got a little away from her. Don't know if she was expecting that pass back, but now Beard on the wing. Beard goes up the line to McCoy. McCoy settles down back to Beard. Beard will send this one over top, down the line, and that's exactly what you want to do as a defender for the Dutch at this point in the game. Just no need to mess around with it back there. Just get it out.
That's right, Steve. No need for, like you said, a cute little touch there, but also a cute little turnover. You're trying to be too cute, and just a turnover that could result in a goal. Always when defenders make mistakes, we know all too often that they turn into goals.
That's right, and providing life lessons as we do, a goal is a goal, a win is a win. Don't be cute. That's can take that one to the bank. Here's another throw-in for the Scots. Bursma with the win. Came up towards Stoudemire. Stoudemire now applying pressure on a 19 Solstra. Eventually won out by the Dutch, but the next pass goes out of bounds, so right back over to the Scots. And another substitution here as Whitney Foote is back into the game for the Scots.
Entering the lineup for the Scots, number 11, Whitney Foote.
All up the line came off a Scott, and no one really knew which way it was going. I don't think the referee really knew, but he just waited for the women to figure it out themselves. And Beard really chucks one up the line. Comes to Bragginton, who now finds Audrey White. Audrey White in the box. Slots this one across. Comes towards Egloff, who is hit hard there. Maybe not in a 3-0 game, but I think any other time, if I'm the official, I point to the spot there. And here's a searching ball in that's only going to find Postma, but Lindsay Coy trying to put things right back into the mixer. However, nothing doing.
Something to know here, Steve, is that's what our second or third really goal-saving tackles that we've seen from an Alma Scott defender. So that is, I mean, if you have 2 or 3 goal-saving tackles, that's pretty incredible for one game. So that's well done on their part there. The only thing is that Alma is giving them those goal-scoring opportunities to start. So that's obviously not a positive, but props for the defenders for landing some good late tackles.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely not giving up on plays are the Scots, which is good to see. Here's Beard. She wants to switch directions, switch the point of attack. That one, however, was cut out, but the second ball comes to Prescott, who was the intended target. Now Egloff is going to play Prescott down the line, and I think she's going to get there. She will. Now with the left foot, swings it across near post. Braggington, but Braggington's touch kind of just died on her and stopped at the feet of Kelsey Postma. So Postma with another save, and here comes another punt from the Scots goalkeeper. Goes towards Stoudemire. Misses Stoudemire. And then to Beard. We get to the midfield where Egloff and White are fighting with a couple of Scots defenders for it. White eventually prevails and plays out towards Lindsay Coy. Coy runs it down. Goes in tight towards Egloff, who stopped a run, and a clearance by the Scots means the ball's into the woods, and we have a throw-in as well as a couple substitutions.
Entering the lineup for the Scots, number 12, Mackenzie Wojcicki.
Mackenzie Rajewski's back into the game, and also Megan Bigelow. Morgan Bursma is most likely going to see her job done for the day, as Murphy Stoudemire has now dropped into the center back role. Megan Bigelow back into her home at the defensive mid position. Here's Braggington with the left foot. Quick shot there, really out of nothing, but she misses high and wide. Still another good chance there as the Dutch continue to pour it on.
Yeah, that's right, Steven. When we look out on the field right now, I don't know about you, but I see nothing but people walking everywhere, which we can't really blame them. Like we talked about, it's super hot today, and it was 7 minutes into the game now, but I really think we're going to see this game kind of level out. I don't think we're going to see much more either ways, but hopefully not. You know, let's keep it exciting here at Van Andel Stadium. But that's my prediction as of now, Steve. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, Holden, I have to agree with you, and I mean that just tends to happen, and it would. My guess is that would probably happen in a game like this that's been so one-sided if it was 61 degrees. But here's maybe a chance for the Scots, but Beard is going to clean that one up, and then it's deflected out of bounds by Taylor Roberts, who got up the line for the Scots. But yeah, I mean, anytime you have a team that's out shooting another by upwards of 20 shots and outpossessing a team probably almost by 70-80%, it's going to be difficult. But here's another chance. Here's Egloff with the left foot. Instead, she took it right-footed, but another great tackle. This time it was 13. That was Mia Pegluco, my apologies. And Coy once more wants to serve it back into the box, and that one will only come to Postma. But again, you said it, Holden. Started to level out, but just like that, there's a chance right in front of us, and almost another goal for the Dutch.
That's right, yeah.
Here's Braggington. She goes out wide to Prescott. Prescott will slowly collect this one. Now she turns on the Jets, hits it with the right foot. Another good-looking strike from the freshman Abby Prescott, but another good-looking save from Kelsey Postma.
Yeah, that's right, and we've seen Prescott do that same move, I think 3 or 4 times, and the defenders just can't seem to stop it, so why would she ever stop it? And she's getting great shots on goal. Great play so far from her.
That's right. Here's Audrey White. White wants to go for Prescott. Prescott just underran that one, and now we'll go collect towards the corner flag. She brings it back to Coy. Coy with a touch forward, surveys her options. Now she crosses into the box, finds a Scots defender, deflected out of bounds. Another corner kick. Eliza Beard will take the trot up. Oh, I take that back. Looks like, is that Audrey? Nope, Sarah McCoy.
Sarah McCoy out there, yep.
Yep, Sarah McCoy will take the corner kick. And also good to seeing a lot of green pennies move down in that direction. So seems like we'll be getting some new faces and some new names to try and pronounce, Holden. But lots of playing time. Here's a headed chance by Stoudemire. She rose above everyone, but couldn't keep the ball down. Unfortunate there. Good-looking ball there from Sarah McCoy, and Stoudemire again with a chance, but that one sails over the crossbar. So we've got Taylor LeMasters into the game. And we also have Hannah Crone back in. .50-50 ball eventually finds its wet back to Stoudemire. Stoudemire will just put this one out of bounds. Under 15 minutes to go. This one is all but decided. 3-0. The Dutch over the Scots.
Substitution. Entering the lineup for the Scots, number 13, Mia Pagliuca.
Do have another substitution here for the Scots, as just noted. Mia Luco has taken the field. So we'll see if she can bring any energy here in the last closing minutes here. And this could be dangerous. Cleaned up there by Megan Bigelow.
And a save by Ellingbo. Here's Prescott coming down the wing. And if I know anything, Holden, she can outrun anyone.
She can.
Prescott with the right-footed pass. A good-looking ball there. She was looking for McCoy's run on the back post. But saw it out there. And comes to Braggington, who tried to send one back in. And Bigelow collects, cleans up, and now Lindsay Coy. Bring it forward. Coy, nice-looking pass out towards Braggington. Braggington will circle around this one with the left foot. She gets some air underneath it. Top of the box, going to bounce around. No real control. McCoy giving chase, as well as with Hannah Chrome. And now Beard up the wing. Beard goes inside. Again, a couple wayward passes, and now Stoudemire's going to have to step, and she goes out wide. Nice play there by Stoudemire, just settling that one down to Lindsay Coy. Coy with tons of space in front of her. She'll have a go as she should. Off the post and out, but Egloff's going to follow this one up. But again, cleared by the Scots, at least out of the danger zone. And now up the line, Lindsay Coy. I mean, she could have sat down, made herself a sandwich, had a drink, and still gotten that shot off. And, oh, geez, Holden, we're getting a full the reinforcements are here as we're getting changes all across the board. I'll try to keep up with this one. For the Dutch, it's 22, Jaden Shelton. 19, Annalise Sala. We've got Corinne Cole out there on the wing. Riley Dalton's back into the game. Hillary Curry's into the game. Hannah Landstrom, first time I've said that name today. Freshman is into the game. Looks like Anna Bremer, who's on the ball now, as well as Kayla Brothers.
It's well done there, Steve.
Hey, you know, I'm trying my best, Holden. I'm absolutely trying my best.
Also note that we had a couple Alma substitutions there. Did not actually catch their names. Neither of us did. But as we move on here and we see their names, fresh people out there, we'll catch up.
Yeah, it looks like it's 13 Mia Pagliuca is back into the game up top.
Okay.
And I also think that it's number 14, Christina Burskholm's back into the game for the Scots.
Perfect. Look at that. He's on his game today.
You know, Holden, someone's got to do it. Here's Riley Dalton with a chance, going towards the goal. Right-footed shot, but her weight was going one direction. The shot goes the other. Never going to get too much power on that. And slow roller back to Postma. And now Postma out past midfield. Sala underneath it with the win. And now Brothers will give chase. She's going to get called for a foul there. And looks like we've got a player for the Scots in some pain. That's Pagliuca. Can't tell. She's curled up and maybe a knee or an arm. I don't really know. Oh, or a finger. But our training staff is out there to help her.
I think it actually looks like that's number 23, Taylor Roberts, actually.
Is it?
Like, yep, 23. So she's down. We'll see what she got.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Pagliuca's over here. My apologies. So, yeah, Taylor Roberts is the one down on the play. Hate to see this, especially in a game that doesn't seem to have much left in it, but she seems to be okay. Yeah, it does look like a finger or a hand or something. Could have been stepped on or just stoved really bad. That'll get you. It hurts enough.
Substitution entering the lineup for the Scots.
We wish her all the best with that, and we'll try to keep you updated as we find out a little more.
Absolutely.
Number 25, Courtney Edwards, is going to check in for her for the Scots. Playing this outside wing position.
Here's the free kick for the Scots. Long searching ball. Bounces down around the top of the box, but Marsman's going to clean that one up. And a chance here for the Dutch. come the other way, but the Scots sort that one out. Now here's Anna Bremer. Bremer goes inside. So it was Hannah Landstrom trying to find Bremer back on the quick 1-2. Could not do so, and now up the other way. Corinne Cole working all the way back from her left wing position. Knocks it off a defender. So with 10.5 to go, the Dutch with lots of new faces out there, but still in control of this one. And a throw up the line is going to make it all the way to Abby Prescott. Prescott, who's now moved up to that number 9 role, goes back to Landstrom. Landstrom will go right back to Prescott. Prescott finds Marsman. Marsman out the other way. I believe that's Sala. Nope, I take that back. Absolutely not Sala. Now Sala in the wing. Sala tries to beat a defender, has it touched away, but finds Riley Dalton. I apologize. 22 is Jaden Shelton. Here's Curry. She can't get there, and pass by the Scots avoids Curry and Dalton, and now Kristen Marsman will step up, and nice win there as she knocks that one out of bounds, but Scots will just have a throw-in, another substitution. This is number 14. Christina Bergekon's back into the game. So I may have been wrong about one of those substitutions earlier. Here's Kayla Brothers. Thought she was going to change the point of attack. Now she tries to, but that pass deflected by a defender. And an attempted clear by the Scots doesn't go very far, but now they will settle down and have possession. Ball in towards the target forward. Nice step there by Jaden Shelton. Shelton towards Prescott. Now back to Marsman. Marsman goes to Sala. Sala back to Marsman.
Well done there to switch the point of attack by Marsman.
And Corinne Cole, who actually is playing outside back, it seems, was looking for Anna Bremer. The two weren't on the same page. Ball out of bounds, and another goal kick as we've got 2 soccer balls on the field. So slight delay, and now Tommy Staub is back into the game.
Entering the lineup for the Flying Dutch, number 4, Timmy Staub.
Timmy's back in, and Corinne Cole now all the way from left back to the front woman, back into the number 9 role there. And Timmy throws it up the line, out of bounds.
Real quick, Steve, I think something worth noting is Kristen Marsman has, I believe she's been in this whole game.
Yeah.
And she really seems to be that rock in that center back role, which really tends to be people that really lead the team, you know, or are the ones playing the whole game, are the ones orchestrating everything out there. So well done by her so far today.
That's right, and I mean, never easy to play 90 minutes, especially in heat like this. Here's the Scots coming up the wing, but eventually some hard pressure there from Sala as well as Landstrom forces the ball out of bounds, and now Sala will get it restarted with a throw towards Curry. Curry lost possession there. Some hard pressure by Corinne Cole up top. Now it comes to Dalton, who picks out a pass. Dalton running at the back line. Has some help on the left side. Hannah Bremer, but she can't get it there. And a deflected pass over top. That one will stay in based on the spin. Nope. Take that back, runs out of bounds. And so the Scots will have a chance for some possession up in the offensive end here as the game wanes down. Under 7 minutes to go here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. Dutch still in control, and that possession will bear no fruit as the ball is out for a goal kick, and Jordan Ellingbo will have another chance to have a small bit of action here today. Hasn't done much, which is a good thing if you're a goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think she'll be complaining about that today, Steve. No goalies want to have to make a lot of saves throughout a game.
Here's Bremer. Bremer finds Cole. Cole collects. Now wants the end line. She gets away from a defender. Now she's into the box. Corinne Cole cuts it back across towards Curry. Curry. Now Bremer. Bremer with the right foot. A save on the goal line by a defender with her foot. Great play there by the Scots. Is all that prevented Bremer from scoring a goal there. Ball up top goes to Sala. Now out wide to Shelton. Shelton getting stuck in there, and yep, I believe that's going to the Dutch. It is, and here's Sala. Sala goes up the line towards Corinne Cole. Cole gets away from another defender. Almost got away from another, but a nice tackle there. That's 25, Courtney Edwards, who went to ground to prevent that chance. Here's Curry with the left foot. She swings one in. Bounced around. Nothing doing. Comes out to Timmy Staub. Staub finds Bremer. Bremer has a look. Now serves one in with the right foot. And the deflection is going to get down to the ground, but eventually Postema collects and saves as Kayla Brothers was in there, causing some issues for Postema. But a good-looking ball there from Anna Bremer. I love the patience as she waited for some runners to get into the box.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. I actually think on this right sideline, I believe I saw that the sideline ref put his flag up there. So even if that would have resulted in a goal, I think it would have got called back there. But since the goalie was able to keep possession, the refs decided to wave that off.
So here we are with 4 minutes to go.
Substitution. Entering the lineup for the Scots, number 19, Lauren Solster.
Solster back into the game. Under 5 minutes to go here. Nice step there by Timmy Staub. And a chance here for Solstra. She's going to run at Sala, but a great play there by Annalise Sala. Good tackle there, and she loses possession quickly. And the ball rolls back to Ellingbo. Ellingbo, the trusted drop kick. Better's half field, but cleared away by one Scott. Comes to another, but only to be picked up by Timmy Staub. Staub has Cole up ahead. Flag stays down. Cole with it stuck in her feet somehow maintains possession, looks for Curry, and she's going to get it right back off the deflected pass, and now back into Cole. And she's running through everyone at this point, Corinne Cole is, and now she'll play out wide to Kayla Brothers. Brothers with the touch. Now goes back to the left foot. Cross low on the ground. Will come out as far as Sala. Sala settles down, now wants the end line. Makes one defender miss. Now Shields in the corner, Sala, and believe she'll win herself a corner. So nice job there by Annalise Sala getting to the end line, and some positive play there for the Dutch.
Yeah, definitely very well done there. We saw a great bit of dribbling there from Corinne Cole through the midfield, getting stuck in with her battles and able to create something, and they've earned themselves a corner.
Sala, good looking ball there, right to the top of the six. This one's on the ground again, but cleared out by the Scots. Only as far as a Dutch defender who puts it right back. That's Jalen Shelton. Shelton will go out wide again. And this one deflected off of a Scott. And with under 2.5 minutes to go, seems like Hope is going to win this one without giving up a true shot on goal.
That is something, Steve. That's very impressive for really the whole team, but especially this back line and the midfield. I would say it plays really a big role in that, so it's well done there. Can't speak too soon, though.
Yeah, that's right. But Kristen Marsman, the rock in the back here in the 89th minute now, 88th minute. Wins that ball in midfield, sends it back deep into Alma's defensive end. And Marsman again stepping up high.
Great step there in the midfield.
Yep, and now Riley Dalton looking for one, but it's cleared away as Sala collects. Nice play there by Shelton. She goes out wide to Timmy Staub. 1 minute to go in the game.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
Staub gives the pass away to the Scots. The Dutch have it again. 45 now. Sala calls back an option for, that's Caleb Brothers. Caleb Brothers on the turn, knocks it out of bounds.
Something important to say here, Steve, is I really feel that the Hope College substitutions, if you will, have done a great job. You know, it really hasn't been a downfall in play when they came on. They were actually able to boost the level, I believe. So
That's right.
that's well done there.
Now with 20 seconds to go, Jalen Shelton was fouled there, and I think it's pretty safe to say that we're not going to see a shot on goal here for the Scots. Now 13-12, Marsman will take the free kick.
9,
Down to within 10 seconds.
6,
Ball knocked out of bounds, and that's going to do it.
3,
So the Flying Dutch of Hope College
1.
get a well-deserved win, beating the visiting Alma Scots 3-0, and that'll do it. So with that win, the Dutch have made it through one round of conference play, 6-1 overall. They moved to 8-1, including their non-conference games. The Scots will fall to 1-5, 1-5-2 overall. And for now, it's Steve Binnick alongside Holden Dipple. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, roll Dutch. We'll see you next time.